lamb chops, boerewors, piece of rump steak. We're going to do the steak first, sear it on nice high heat, and then put it in the oven to rest on 80 degrees. The preparation, the olive oil helps to keep it moist. Also there's a bit of flaming for the grilling part. When it drips off, there's a bit of flare up and gives nice color. Salt and pepper. Season generously because it's a thick piece of meat. Fire is ready. What happened here now is the fire's burnt down to coals. And what you want to do is spread the coals evenly. Make a bed of coals so you have an even heat. It's always nice to push it out to the sides. You get a bit of heat action coming from the sides as well. And your coals are the hottest when you've just broken it up like this. It's very, very hot. And I want it like that for the meat because I want to give, when you braai steak, you want it. So I put my grid one level lower, lowest level. It's nice and very, very hot there. I mean, I can't even count 2 there. Now we're going to sear it. You can hear the sound there. Nice and hot. You leave it, you don't move it, just leave it. The olive oil helps for the meat not to stick. What's happening now is the grid marks, the caramelization of the sugars in the meat, and that's a nice griddle color. And we wait for it to just sear on the one side. What's happening here is you've got the fat and the oil dripping into the coals, and it creates flavor. You're not smoking the meat, but it infuses the meat with that real braai flesh barbecue flavor that you want. See the smoke going, nice and hot. Cheers. Okay, going to check if the meat's doing. Have a look here. So after a couple of minutes, you can check. Not ready yet. You want it nice and brown before you turn it. That's still a bit pale. On the edge here, the heat that I explained that you spread around is actually cooking the meat from the side here as well. Later on, when the meat's a bit more rigid, I'll put it on the fat side to crisp the fat as well. But at this point, I can't do that. An interesting fact that I learned 1 year working with a caterer up in Natal was if you do a piece of meat on the fire like this, you leave it until the blood surfaces on to the top. Then you know that one side's ready. Then you turn it over for another 5 minutes and off and rest. You can see a little bit of blood coming through. I don't like keeping it too long on the fire. You'll see it'll be nice coloring now. Turn it around, nice color. How do you know when the meat's done? For me, I like it medium rare. You can look, for example, there, and you can see it's still nice and pink inside. But what you do is you feel it like that. If it gives easily, it's medium rare. And the more done it becomes, the harder it becomes to actually push and test it. So what I want to do now is I think I want to take it off now. Some people like to marinate or baste the meat when they're braaiing it. I don't like it that much because usually the basting's got sugar and the sugar burns. So I prefer doing this, and if you have a basting sauce you like, you can put the basting at the end, just to warm it through and then let it rest in the basting sauce. I like the meat just like this, unadulterated, maybe some mustard or something else afterwards. The meat's been resting. Nice and pink. When you do beef like this on the fire barbecue, you don't get the same coloring that people always talk about. You will get the browning outside and really pink or medium rare inside. It's pink and juicy, but it looks different from being pan seared.